Welcome to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank that brings you market views and insights on the go.
Welcome to Cut to the Chase. Today is Thursday, the 9th of July. I'm Daniel Lam, your host for the podcast. Now, in the very first podcast of the second half of this year, I spoke about the crowded positioning in the US dollar and how a retreating US dollar can help Hang Seng Index to stabilize. In fact, the CIO team upgraded Asia ex-Japan equities to overweight a few weeks ago, citing the reducing tension in the Middle East and therefore the less stressed global environment seeking for the US dollar, and that would help Asia ex-Japan equities in general. And indeed, we have had some stabilization. The Hang Seng Index has been recovering well since it hit the year low around 22,500. Is there further room for more upside in the Hang Seng Index? Well, China is an overweight market within Asia ex-Japan. A key reason being the discount of Chinese equities versus global equities. If you've been listening to this podcast for long enough, you will know that I'm never a strong believer in valuation being the sole reason to be bullish on a market or a sector. I believe you need catalyst in order to unleash any narrowing of the valuation gap. So the falling demand for US dollar due to reducing safe haven demand and weakening oil prices is a key catalyst. Another important driver is fund rotation. Now one can argue that US, Japan, Korea and Taiwan equities are highly related in their movements because they all represent different parts of the AI or semiconductor value chain. So for example, Korea in memory, Taiwan in foundries, and so forth. Investors have shown exuberance in chasing these semiconductor stocks in the first half of this year. This, combined with the strengthening US dollar in May and June, led to much rotation out of the Hang Seng Index. Now, because the semiconductor stocks are consolidating, there's rotation back into the areas of quote-unquote non-exuberance for the quiet summer months, such as US healthcare, US financials, and also globally into European equities and Chinese equities. Now we believe that US technology stocks can rally solidly once this consolidation phase is over, and that can be towards the latter part of the third quarter or the fourth quarter of this year. But until then, investors are continuing to park their money into the lagging, non-exuberance areas aforementioned for this quiet summer. That is all from me for today. As always, if you enjoy this podcast, please don't forget to rate and like it. Thanks for listening, and we wish you a happy day ahead.
Thank you for listening to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank. For more details, visit Market Views on the Go on our website or click the link in the description.